Welcome to this Pharmaceutical Technology Thought Leadership Series broadcast. I'm Rita Peters, Editorial Director of Pharmaceutical Technology. In this conversation, we'll discuss strategies to address scalability and manufacturability during drug development with Michael Velazza, Vice President, Global Business Development, Catalent Pharma Solutions. So as a company approaches phase 3, what issues should they be addressing?
So first and foremost, Rita, they should be looking at the robustness of the process. Very often while they're in development, it's really focused on reaching the end point of the next clinical trial, but as they get through phase 3 and look at commercialization, it's important to have a robust process. In that case, if they're going to be outsourcing or even using their own internal network, they should really be considering bringing the manufacturing representatives on the team so they could learn the process and they could become much more familiar at it. If they've made a decision to outsource, the other thing that they should do at that point is work with their CDMO to understand what the actual capacity is going to be at that site at the time they're looking to launch. Many times pharmaceutical companies tour CDMOs and they look at the capacity at the time they do the tour, but they don't really look at what the capacity is at the time that they're planning to launch their product, which could be totally different if it's still 2 or 3 years away.
And one of the things that people always forget when you talk, especially I'm a scientist, when you're a scientist, is I got to get to that next milestone. I've got to get this off. I got to do the base formulation. I got to hand it off to the scale-up team. And they never think about it until the people that actually have to commercialize the product, whether it's their team, whether it's working with a CDMO or your own facilities, that, oh wow, now someone has to pay for this. And if you don't take the time up front and do that work and build that in, you can have the most elegant dosage form in the world that nobody's going to buy. And the key is then to work with a team, whether you're using Catalent or not. I'm not making this a commercial, but it's really about taking that time to do the diligence to figure out what do you want at the end, and then working from the back to the front.
So you mentioned working with the end in mind. So can you expand on that? What you mean by that?
Yeah, so working with the end in mind means through development, they're actually picking a dosage form that's going to be relevant to the patient population. Early on in phase 1 and first in man, there's often powder in a capsule, powder in a bottle, but there's no intention at that point in the clinical phase to actually launch the product that way. So they could be looking at a tablet or a capsule or an orally disintegrating tablet or something along those lines, and they need to design that dosage form as they get out of phase 2 into phase 3 and then be able to transfer it through a tech transfer process into the final commercial site.
So what benefits can a company gain with working with Catalent Pharma Solutions from phase 1 through commercialization?
Well, I guess it's that very point that I just alluded to. We can work with our clients in phase 1, phase 2, to be able to help them achieve the clinical endpoint in a dosage form that is relevant for that phase of the development process, and then later move them into a dosage form that they could commercialize with. Over at Catalent, what we do is we have a commercial solution for every drug delivery system that we employ. So we don't leave our clients and their products along the way, basically abandon them along the way. We can commercialize every single thing that we do in development.
Sometimes we like to think when we do the evaluation, that the number one, if it gives you the best yield and the best solubility, best permeability, is going to end up being the most cheapest to manufacture. In most cases it is. But if it's the rare exception, we like to have a backup for you. And by having a broad range of dosage forms, we don't have to put you in the one that we have, right? If all we had was a soft gel, well, we'd be pushing you into a soft gel. It might not be the best one for your dosage form. A spray-dried dispersion that's roller compacted and made into a tablet might be the best outcome for you, and we have that. We manufacture everything we develop. We don't leave people halfway on the path to success. If we do your phase 1 first in man, we have a commercial solution.